ladies and gentlemen, it's a couple of officers getting hurt in the field.
Mm,
Today, we're going to talk about something spicy. But in the meantime, production crew, bless me.
yes.
YouTube, Facebook, wherever you may be watching this, whether you're watching this on the rerun, you're watching it right now, you're talking your junk. This is the Super Bias Sports Show, a place where a fan could be a fan, no matter how biased their take is. That's right, Bonnet. No matter how biased, unfortunately,
Yeah.
your takes are.
Oh, my take
This
don't
is
ever
the
be
Super
biased. But
Bias.
listen,
This is the Super Bias Sports Show. I'm one of your hosts, B Rob. I'm with my guys. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy T Time. Y'all do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. How about them Cowboys?
and as you know, here's the bonnet, the guru. That's all I need to say. We already know what it's about. Hmm.
I don't know. We don't really know what it's about, but I'm quite sure
You're gonna
before the end of
learn.
the show, you're gonna tell us. Yeah, yeah,
We're gonna do
yeah.
something.
So look, man, the season is legitly what?
2 weeks.
2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. About less than 20 days. The season
It's
starts
here.
on a Thursday night football. Man, I'm excited. Who was the first matchup we get again?
The
Man, I
Thursday
feel
night
bad.
here, the Jets
Is it Bills
and
Jets? Because I know I know Bills Jets is week one, but I don't know is that
is
Thursday
that the
night
Thursday
football
night game?
to open up
Um,
the. Well, why you look that up, man? I am
Steelers.
excited.
No, that's preseason. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
man, that's recent.
While they look that up, I am excited because the season is well on the way, and we get one step
The
closer for the
Lions.
Bengals starting 0 and none because we're going for 14 and 0 to start the season, and we're gonna rest our guys for the last three games and get the first seed in the AFC. So I'm excited. You see how I preference that, right? But yeah, man, I'm excited. I finally get to see Joe Burrow in action in a couple of weeks. That's the only thing that I care about. I am a Joe Burrow enthusiast.
I'm about
Yeah.
to say it's a little bit wrong, but who
Listen,
am I
man.
to
Hey,
say
look.
anything?
I've been hearing some good things out of training camp. That boy Deuce Vaughn, he's looking like he might not be RB3. He might be RB 2.5,
Yeah.
depending on how that block can go. But it don't matter. Even if he's step chart, he's still 2.5 because he's very small. So
Yeah. But they
he
can't
no,
tackle my man.
they can't tackle him, man. I ain't gonna lie, the boy been looking good, and I mean he's
Yes.
everything that he's looked like out of Kansas. And listen, man, if it's one thing about Jerry Jones, I have 100% faith that he's gonna find good running backs. So
Oh,
Yes.
shout out to
absolutely,
Jerry Jones. Shout out to Jerry
absolutely.
Jones. Yeah,
He
yeah.
drafts
Shout out
very
to Jerry
well.
Jones.
Jerry
Yeah,
Jones
yeah, yeah.
drafts
100%.
very well. It's just
Yes, 100%. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shout out to Jerry Jones on that one, because he knows how to find his running back prospects. He knows how to find his running back process.
running
I
back,
mean,
lineman, and O line and wide
yeah, that's a
receiver.
fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Definitely, Dallas is definitely synonymous for their running backs throughout history in NFL. I've even been hearing some good things about that man Waller. Now, I'm a little bit biased on this one, guys. I just want to preface that because I have Waller in my dynasty league that I'm in with my guys here, and I'm fully expecting Daniel Jones.
Give me the fourth round. I'll give you a fourth rounder for her. If you don't want him, if you're skeptical about him,
I'm fully expecting Daniel Jones. Listen, I had to remove it because he's crazy. Like that boy talking crazy. All right, listen. When I picked Darren Waller, I already knew what I was doing, my man. You ain't got to worry about it. And plus, for you, oh, the price is higher than the third rounder, man. Come on, now. I just seen you spit a third rounder on Daniel Jones.
oh, that's the
Why would I
quarterback.
do
Who gonna
that?
be throwing it to him? That's Danny Downs.
That's all right, man. That's all
What?
right.
That's Danny
I gotta
Downs.
start I gotta start clicking on the app more.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He a homer, man. He traded out for Danny Dimes, man. But
That's
Daniel Jones
funny.
was a top 10 quarterback in fantasy last year.
Exactly. That's
I
why
know that well because I got that man on my bench. So
I
shout
As
out
brought
to
fairly
him
he
Daniel.
in.
should be.
Yeah, pretty much because he's not starting over Trevor and Joe Burrow. So that's a dub.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, we got a jam-packed show tonight. Might get a little spicy. So if you're an Eagles fan, hold on to your wings. They might get clipped. Yo, you know what I just looked at the chat. And I see my boy in the chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't even talk about Diggs. So we might gotta make a slight variation of the
We might.
show because we
I
didn't
was
even put
actually about to
Diggs.
say that too.
You know what? I'm gonna let you run with that, man. I'm gonna let you go with that because listen,
All I
I
all
I
I
My young
know
know
man
I
that
know
is
he
I know
likes.
I know Jay from what he's about to hear you say is about to go crazy in the chat.
he gonna
So
be upset.
I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna just eat my
This
popcorn.
this all I heard is that Stephen A. Smith said that there is still trouble in paradise in Buffalo, and that Diggs is going to be getting himself up out of there. Now Diggs did tweet out that is fake news, blah blah blah. But we already know what it is. Diggs wants to be in Dallas. We already know that. He don't want
Ooh,
to be in Buffalo no more. And Stephen A came in hot. My man came fresh off vacation with some spicy news. So, they can deny it all they want. Bills fans is going to be in hot denial all season long. But I think we
100%.
got to next year we might see Diggs in a New Jersey. I got a feeling that's going to be something that's going to happen. So,
Mm.
it'd be interested to see, man. And we can't talk
Hey
about what
man,
his brother was doing, but it's
yeah,
going to be some hot news.
He like the pipe dreams.
yeah. Them digs, boy, been digging deep lately, right? They've been digging deep into to some stuff lately. Like, but anyways, look,
Yo.
like I said in the chat, I said if Diggs leaves, I need to pin that. I need to pin that message too.
Yes,
If Diggs leave, we spinning the block on this topic because
we got you.
then we got a lot of time until the next off season. But where there's smoke, there's fire.
There's
All
always
right, and
fire.
it's been a lot of fires going on
We
here.
know that about
In
Canada. Shoot,
come
Huh.
on now, you. I hate to say it, but you got Maui, you got all these other places. Sh- shout out to the people that are surviving and the people that are helping those people as well. Shout out to them. But
prayers up.
in football land, listen, if Diggs leaves, oof, oof,
If Diggs leaves, what is Buffalo?
they're Buffalo.
I'm like, what do you want us to say?
They're the same. If Diggs leave, they're the same Buffalo of all my life. They're just Buffalo.
They're
I
just
mean,
basic, and
they're
they
just
and they
Buffalo.
they're literally Diggs away from being basic right now. Like the Bills fans is
Mm.
hype about that offense, but I'm not seeing it. I see Diggs. That's it, and we might not be seeing him there next year. So it's it's one trade away, and we all know when Diggs won out, he gets out. Like if he want to leave, he gets up out of there. He wanted out of Minnesota, he ended up in Buffalo. It's only a matter
Hmm.
of time. If he's not happy, he gonna
That's a
move.
fact. Okay, so let me play hypothetical, right? Just today, that's what we know today, right now, before the league even starts. Gabe Davis is not fired. He's mid. All right.
Oh,
Yeah. Gabe Davis is extremely mid. We only know Gabe Davis
Mm.
is a deep ball threat. We have not seen much of anything less. Because honestly, I think, if I'm not mistaken, for the last 2 years, but I know last year specifically, Gabe Davis led the NFL in deep targets. So, I mean, until we see something different, it is what it is. And basically,
right.
with Diggs and Kincaid, it seemed like Gabe Davis is going to continue to just be the field stretcher because
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him getting that many short yardage opportunities. But like I was saying, if you're the Bills and you're the Bills fans, knowing today, hindsight, would you rather have had Stephon Diggs or Justin Jefferson? Because that's what you traded. That's what it seems like you traded. And I would have rather had Justin Jefferson than
I'd say that's a
Stephon
question.
Diggs.
That's a question.
Yeah. Because I
I
mean,
mean,
we
let
all
them let them tell it. Let them tell it. They're gonna say Diggs.
yeah.
Oh,
But anyways, to the chef of the show, what is on the menu today, my boy?
all right. First up. Ooh, wait. Let's see what we're gonna have first up. Let's talk about exes. When your ex goes someplace else to get another person, how do you really feel about that? Do you care? Do you don't? Talk about this guy right here, the big fella, the big fella, Zeke to the Patriots.
Hey, let me give him one of these real quick.
Get
My
that
boy
money.
found a team. He getting paid. He getting paid more than what Dallas was willing to pay him. So shout out to Zeke. And I think he's gonna flourish in this system because you got a quarterback in Mac Jones who's been very suspect. And people thinking that Zeke is just gonna be, like a power back, but I'm
A
telling y'all,
third
Zeke,
down back type
he
thing.
he cut his hair. He switched back to number 15. Dude coming in on demon time. He's gonna show people like I'm not done. And I'm one person that always held true to it. I felt like Zeke was not done or washed. I I'm still trying to figure out how can we get him back in Dallas. But I'm happy about it. Shout out to him for being able to get picked up. So I ain't mad. I still got my jersey. I'm gonna wear my jersey loud and proud. For
Oh
sure.
yeah, still a Dallas legend, man.
Yeah.
You know.
He
Hey
gonna
man, it was
retire if a cowboy. Watch.
oh yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
100%. It was a report that came out today that already not even like a full week into practice, Zeke has already been like ramping up and taking almost a majority of the receiving back uh plays when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to their offense. And honestly,
Yeah.
as crazy as it may sound, I think Bill Belichick wants to throw the ball this year because he understands he needs to change his philosophy. Now,
Yeah.
defense is still going to do their
But
thing, and Stevenson is
Stevenson is
still
a
going to be the
dog,
power back,
man. Mm.
but he ain't the receiving back like Zeke, bro. He's not the
No.
receiving back like Zeke. So,
No.
yeah.
I like the move for the Patriots, but they still gonna be in four. I don't know what else to say about that.
Yo, yo, I got the Patriots might be finishing third. That means somebody got to finish fourth. And
So
I
who
don't think
finished
it's
in
going to be
fourth?
the Jets. I'm
So
not
you don't think
answering.
it's the
I just know
Jets?
I don't
Do
think
you
it's the
think it's
Jets.
Miami?
Let me preface this because you're trying to
No.
corner
Because
me.
No, I'm
Okay,
just asking a
you're,
question.
no, but you're trying to corner me. I'm saying what I'm saying. You hear what I'm saying? The Patriots won't finish fourth, and the Jets won't finish fourth. However you size that up, that's on you. All right.
So what about Miami? Where do you think Miami finishing?
I'm only answering the two that I just said.
see, I get that. I get that take though because right, if you look at Miami, Miami could be great and they could win the division, or they could absolutely fall off and be in fourth. So it makes sense. Like that's a good argument. And you got the same thing for the Bills because this is I'm saying this and I've been saying it. Josh Allen is on Cam Newton time. One more hit, he take that wrong hit, and it's over for the
Yo, did y'all
Bills.
see what he
It
did
is
in the
over.
preseason, bro? Bro, I if I knew we was gonna go to this, I would have
Yeah.
cued the clip. Josh
Mm.
Allen before the season says, "I'm not gonna be doing hero ball." Literally against the Steelers, this man is running in the backfield, running almost to the sideline, running back in, playing hero ball in the preseason. Bruh,
Yeah.
hot take. He play like
Yeah.
that this year, Bills missing the playoffs.
Yep.
Mm.
He play like that this year, Bills missing the playoffs, bruh.
Uh-oh.
Because that is not conducive to it. That's not conducive to the
So that
winning,
answered
bruh.
my question about Miami then, because that's what he gonna do.
Listen, third place could miss the playoffs too, bruh. It's the
Right, right,
AFC.
right.
It's
Third,
the
yeah.
AFC.
Yeah. It'll be interesting.
All righty. Well, on to the
There we go.
next one. That man, he used to go like this.
Mhm.
He was about that
Hey,
man.
you know what though? We probably should do the other one before we do this. Um, the other running back.
Oh, facts. Since we on the topic of running back, because
Yeah, we
honestly,
on that
Zeke
division.
contract got this guy paid, so
Exactly.
it only makes sense. It only makes sense.
All right. Well, let's go to that one then. And that
Yeah.
is there's a new cook. He found a new kitchen. That man Dalvin Cook. Oh, this is
It's
hot.
gonna be interesting, man.
Woo wee! People, I think some of us were saying, as he get to the Jets, that the Jets are winning that division.
I can see it.
But
I can see it.
B Rob, go ahead.
All right.
Gotta
So when it
take
comes to
time 'cause my
Dalvin
wife
Cook,
is
I
staring
mean, I
at me.
think we've already speculated at this point. Listen,
Mm,
hey, it's only befitting, man. The
mm.
cook in the kitchen eating live on the stream. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty of it too.
With
But anyway,
the green cup.
I'm
Oh
Jets
saying.
my
all day
gosh.
there.
But anyway, so you said Jets to the playoffs confirmed, number one
Oh
seed in
no,
the
I said that. I've been
okay,
said
okay.
that.
Yo, look at Jason. He said he about to turn. look, look, listen. I'm a ruffle a couple of buffalo wing feathers. When it comes to Dalvin Cook, I said this. I think Minnesota was crazy for letting this man go because technically they could have paid him at least for one more year. But Dalvin Cook is going to the New York Jets. And I think T Time talked about this a couple of streams ago. He said, if I'm a young running back, this is what I want. I want the vet in the room so that way when it's my time to get paid, I don't have as
Mhm.
much wear and tear on my body. And I can
Yep.
show you how productive I was still then
That
so
was
that way
perfect.
that
Mhm.
we could keep this thing flowing, right? So
You
this is a
placed that
very good
perfect.
situation. Exactly. This is a good situation for Brees Hall. And Dalvin Cook said it, man, for years. I was on the opposite side of that man winning games. He about to see what it's like to throw up them W's with that man Aaron Rodgers. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you, because Dalvin Cook is a smart player, and Dalvin Cook has the chance to turn any play into a home run. And if it ain't a home run, he can get you 20, 25 yards off rip. And that's what you want for your running backs because now today's in a passing league. If you got a running back that's a threat for a home run, teams still have to account for this guy when he's on the field and he's behind, that man Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers himself already is going to confuse defenses. And we got a running
Bruh.
back that know what to do with giving the opportunity. Man, it only fares well for Dalvin Cook. I'm excited to see we don't got to play that division. I'm glad we swept them last year. It's a W. It's a W. It's
You
a
gonna see him
W.
in the playoffs though.
No. We not gonna see none of these teams in the playoffs. Trust me. When
So
we go
that
to the play,
means
when we go to
it's
the
gonna be
playoffs,
y'all and Cincy.
no, we are Cincy. When we go to the playoffs,
I
we're
mean,
either gonna be beating the Chiefs or the
the Chiefs.
Ravens to go to the AFC Championship and then go to the Super Bowl. But I only listen. I only expect us to play 2 games in the playoffs.
Oh,
I
so
only expect us
y'all
to play
getting
two
Oh.
games.
first place.
Come on now.
Mm.
If we start the season off beating the Browns and the Ravens, we're gonna win first place.
Yo. So Dalvin Cook signed for just like his max is just under nine
Like,
million dollars.
yep.
So it's 8.6 mil, right?
Mm-hmm.
Saquon got robbed. Just want to put that out there. Saquon got robbed. You
I mean,
just
did
Absolutely.
did he get robbed or did he like set the bar for someone else to get paid a little bit higher?
nope. He got robbed because you got Dalvin Cook coming in to split carries, making just about basically what Saquon is making to be the main workhorse. And we know what he's going to be in for the Giants. He's going to be, what was it, 45% of their offense? This year, he
Mm-hmm.
might be 50% of their
I was about
offense.
to say he can about to be 50.
If the way I'm looking at it, Saquon got robbed. Just putting that out there. Just putting
He
that
Yeah,
got
out there.
more
but
than Rob. The
nah,
Giants
nah.
took
He
the
definitely
bat
got robbed.
and beat him over his head with it. That's exactly what happened. I don't agree with what they did at all.
He said we crowning the Ravens. The show is ridiculous.
Nah. We definitely not crowning the Ravens. Me saying we gonna play them in the AFC Championship just mean they either gonna beat the Bills or the Jets and make their way to the AFC Championship. They're gonna have an easier route because they're gonna play lesser teams.
Hey, all I know is Brees Hall made that phone call. He said, "Hey, man, let's do it." Aaron Rodgers freed up $35 million, which is absolutely unheard of. He literally
Facts.
gave money
35.
back.
Yeah,
35
but I ain't gonna lie
mil.
though. He get the bag next year. He get the bag next
Oh
year.
yeah,
But he
yeah,
freed it up this year for like
yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is in 100% Super Bowl mode.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's exactly how they're going about it. It's Super Bowl or
100%
bust.
Super Bowl. Yep.
It's Super Bowl or bust for them. And regardless of what people say about him being old or whatever, he got some young dudes around him. He's got now two really good running backs. I mean, you probably say he probably got what, two top 10, at least top 15 running backs on his team,
I got a
right?
Yep.
question. Who
Uh-huh.
was better offensively, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers? As in accuracy, whatever you want to call it, all that stuff. Who was better
When
Win.
like just
throughout the whole
career?
career? Yeah, throughout the whole career. Because remember, Brady really didn't come on until like his 5th season when he got Moss. And then that's when he started snapping.
I think talent wise, Rodgers might be the
Right.
better talent.
Not by a lot, but
Not by a lot,
Right.
but just because Rodgers was able to run around, he can make plays happen where Brady has basically always been a pocket passer. So honestly, I personally feel like this: if in their prime, right, you could have taken either one of those quarterbacks. Like if Aaron
Facts.
Rodgers was on the Patriots, I feel like the Patriots still have, what is it, 6 Super Bowls or whatever that they have, 5, whatever. So, and I don't see it. I mean, that was a perfect system. The defense, the players, like obviously the coaching staff. So, if it's me, I would be rolling with Rodgers.
and I say that to say this. Rodgers right now was younger than what Tom Brady was 2 years ago. And Tom Brady still was putting up crazy numbers
and
because he
that's when
had
he
them
won the
young
Super Bowl.
people around him. So, I'm just saying.
You preaching to the choir because the way we feel about the Jets, we've been saying that if Dalvin Cook go there, and who
Listen,
knows who
yo,
else they're gonna pick up. But
so in the beginning of the season, bro, we were saying like, yo, I think, matter of fact, I am on record way earlier in the season, and I said, yo, Aaron Rodgers is gonna follow Brett Favre's trajectory,
Yep.
and he went to the Jets. I said it a long time ago.
You
So
did,
hey,
you did say that.
You
I
did.
mean,
Breaking
and
news.
like you say, he's younger than what Brady was. So hey, the way I see it,
got
is, who
at
knows,
least
man.
4 more. Got like 4 more elite years easy.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. And then if you think about it too, now you go ahead, T-Time.
Years. He looked like he's trying to play for a few more years, so you're not wrong with that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And that's why I got him in Dynasty. But we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, look, if he can keep Dalvin for at least 2 years, even if they don't win the Super Bowl this year, they're gonna be a strong candidate for next year.
Mm-hmm.
They're contenders, and at the end of the day, last year they weren't. This year they are. So
elite. He's gonna be elite.
He's saying who not going to be elite? Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yo,
Rodgers
Jason,
just came
stop
off
it. Jason,
came off
stop
2
it, bro.
back-to-back MVPs. Like,
Jason, stop it, bro. Stop it.
Jason, listen, y'all. Jason is the epitome of what our show stands for. Super biased. He
Stop
is
it, Jason.
pro Buffalo all day long, and I respect it. But sometimes it's to the death. Like, you got to be able to step back and be realistic about your team and the opponents that they got to go up against.
4 more years. Okay.
Okay.
At least 2.
Yo, okay, let me ask you a question though.
I'll say 2.
Elite is different for Aaron Rodgers than a lot of other quarterbacks, though. You know,
right?
Like when you're the upper echelon, like when you've been upper echelon for so long, even like you're down is elite to a lot of quarterbacks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's keep it a stack.
Yeah.
So
now this is with Pat Mahomes out of the discussion. This is with him out
Joe
of
Burrow.
the discussion. Pat Mahomes out of the discussion.
I mean, elite is elite though. Like,
it would be Joe Burrow,
I don't even
Then
know if you can really rank the elite. Like I just
You
feel like
better
if you're in,
you better
you
not
can
say
be in
Jalen
there.
Hurts.
Lamar. No, Lamar.
Lamar.
Lamar right there.
He said he won't be a top 5 QB this year. Honestly,
Look at
though, does that
right.
matter?
You
Does
just
it
put
matter if
Lamar.
you top 5?
You just put Lamar after Joe Burrow. Look at my face.
By the end of this season, you're gonna see you're gonna
Okay.
surpass.
I gotta see. I
We're gonna
gotta make sure I
revisit
see
this.
him on the field.
All right.
All right.
Hey, speaking of Lamar and the Ravens, didn't they just lose their first preseason game in like 20 games or something like that?
25 games.
That's
That's
crazy.
Yo,
stupid.
so listen. This is where my
Yeah.
hot take is coming from when I said Bengals versus Ravens in the AFC Championship. This is where my hot take coming from. And I might just be speaking out of like what's the word?
Bias.
Super superstition, right? Superstition. The Ravens been on a hot streak in the preseason and have been falling short in the playoffs year after year after year later, right? They finally lose their first preseason game in like over 5 years, right? Boom. This is the year they're gonna go deep in the playoffs. And they're gonna play the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC Championship. I'm telling you. And then this is gonna be the deciding factor for most people who are fans if it's gonna be Joe Burrow over Lamar. Because think about it, right? For Patrick Mahomes, he's still gonna be elite, right? But parity in the league, bro, he's not about to go back to the Super Bowl again, right? Because there's other teams that's coming up, right? And the way things were happening, now the Jets is competitive, or the other things, the way things seedings is gonna be shifted, right? All that stuff, right? And then you had a team who was on the cusp for about 2 to 3 years, right? Which was Buffalo. Now it's Cincinnati's turn to be on the cusp for 2 to 3 years. This is our third year. And now it's Lamar's time to start getting into the rotation.
Oh yeah. I believe it. You know, you preach to the choir with that one.
Yeah.
Well, to me at least.
Joe said
So,
you better say Jalen is elite. We might get
well,
hey, but hold on, before we get to that.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, we gotta hit the business real quick. So you guys know the NFL season is vastly approaching us. Matter of fact, I think in the beginning of the stream, we said it's going to be here within 2 weeks. Therefore, this is a perfect time for you to join all of the things where you can get all the goodies that the NFL season has to offer. And with that being said, the NFL Pick'em. Yo, take that third down real quick. The Super Bias Sports Show is presenting the SBS NFL Pick'em. This will be our second year running this, and you have a chance to win you an NFL jersey for $10. Like, that don't even make sense. You have a chance to win an NFL jersey for $10. All you got to do is pick what teams is going to win matchups. It ain't even deep as betting and figuring out odds. All you got to do is pick what team is going to win the matchup for that week for all of the games that's slotted for that week. Thursday, Monday, and Sunday. And sometimes Saturday. All right? So make sure you guys click that link so that way you guys can join the Super Bias Sports Pick'em League. And all you're doing is tallying picks. Your first place, they're going to get an NFL jersey of your choice. Second place, you're going to get an NFL team shirt of your choice. Third place, you're going to get an NFL team hat of your choice. And trust me, even if you come in second place, because I know my stuff, so I've been coming in first place. The NFL team shirts are still just as good. They're not the jersey, but they just as good. All right. So I don't want to get you all hyped up, and then you continue to see me in first place week after week. So make sure you guys click that link. He said, "Get my jersey ready." Listen, tell me your size, and I'll make sure Joe Burrow signs the jersey for you. All right. That orange and black, orange and white gonna look real good on you.
You gotta
Jason,
get the white and black. The white and black.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Say that.
The white and black fire. I've been using it in Madden. Jersey fire, bro.
That white and black jersey gonna look good on you, Jason. So I'm gonna make sure Joe Burrow sign it for you. And then if I can get T. Higgins to deliver it, that's even better, bro. All right, but y'all make sure y'all click that link so y'all can join the Super Bias Sports Pick'em and get y'all a chance to win an NFL jersey, man. All right. So, Chef,
Well, since my man Joe, popped up and said mention Jalen Hurts.
yeah,
Well,
spicy
let's
time,
just bring
baby.
him up. Let's just bring him up. Now, I don't know exactly what was said about the two. I, I've heard, Justin Fields is as good or probably going to be better than that man Jalen Hurts. What is your take on this? Go ahead. I'll start with our division. Go ahead, Trey.
Well,
Tea
look,
time.
you got to spice it up a little bit because what made this even a thing is because someone came out and said Justin Fields is a poor man's Jalen Hurts. And a lot of people are now comparing Justin Fields to Jalen Hurts and seeing the similarities in the games of these two players. One stark contrast between two of the players that has been widely discussed is the team success. I'm gonna go ahead and let you cook, man, but we gotta make sure we put that one out there, man. We gotta make sure we put that one out there.
So Philly's chosen spokesperson been just going
Yeah,
crazy, and people been packing him up on TV, and that's an unfortunate person to choose to lead your team. But in my opinion, they're not that far off. Like I could see if you took Justin Fields and plugged him in Philly, they get to the Super Bowl. You put him in there, they get to the Super Bowl. There's like he can run, he can throw. He probably can throw better than Hurts can. You know what I mean? He's got the same running ability that he has. So I mean, what's the difference? You know what I mean? The only difference is the team that he's got around him. Jalen Hurts was surrounded by top talent, best offensive line in football, 2,000-yard receivers, running game, tight end, top 5 defense. You put Jalen Hurts in Chicago, and what do you get? They not Jalen Hurts is not changing the franchise. He's not changing what Chicago looks like. You know what I mean? So he's benefiting from what he has around him. And speak the same thing for Justin Fields. Justin Fields is suffering because he don't got that around him. He came into a poor situation. So, if it's me, I, I like Fields. I've liked Fields since the next Netflix series. So, ain't nothing wrong with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's what's up.
What you got to say, B Rob, about that? Jalen can
All
take
right,
him a
so
bit
this is
apart.
all right. In the NFC conference, not even just the NFC East, NFC conference, Jalen Hurts first, running back Miles Sanders first, wide receiver AJ Brown second, Lane Johnson fourth, Jason Kelsey sixth, Landon Dickerson first, Hassan Reddick first, Darius Slay fifth. What am I naming? I'm naming all of the players that the Eagles had last year selected to the Pro Bowl. Should I begin with the list for the NFC for the Bears? We'll stop right where I started. All right. So at the end of the day, if we're talking about Justin Fields or Jalen Hurts, well, let me break it down. Last year, Justin Fields was not in the MVP race or even the conversation. He just was on his way to potentially break rushing record for the quarterback, right? Meanwhile, you got Jalen Hurts, who's thrown for 3,700 yards, not too bad, 22
Mm-hmm.
touchdowns, right? Not too bad. He did his thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's also doing his thing in the rushing game, and he's also doing his game with rushing touchdowns. 11
Most of those rushing touchdowns were
quarterback
QB
rushing.
sneaks, but
I mean, touchdowns is a touchdown, right? You
right,
got
right,
13 touchdowns.
right.
Listen, you got to respect it. You got 13 touchdowns with over 700 yards, right? So when you think about all those things, you're like, okay, does this scream MVP? Yeah, it don't really scream MVP when you got a quarterback that is throwing over 5,000 yards that same year, right? But because of his team success, of course, he's gonna be in the MVP conversation. Meanwhile, those same 22 touchdowns that he threw, You got Justin Fields, who throws 17, right? What is that? 5 less throwing touchdowns. Now you got to remember, Justin Fields is not throwing to AJ Brown.
Hmm.
He's not throwing to Devonta
Smith
Smith, which is a first round wide receiver.
or Goddard.
He's not throwing to Dallas Goedert, which is arguably the third or fourth best tight end in the league,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then he is also not throwing behind the second best offensive line behind the Chiefs in the NFL. He also don't have the best defensive line of last year or best statistical defense last year backing him as well. So when you think about it, yes, as a run talent, I'm gonna take Justin Fields as a run talent. Throwing, I'm gonna give the nod a little bit to Jalen Hurts, but I think Justin Fields have a better arm as far as passing and power, right?
Okay.
But at the
I'm about
same
to say.
time, yeah. At
Hail
the
Mary.
same time, we can't really. Nah, he stepped on somebody's foot. Stop it. At the same time, we can't even really sit here and debunk the argument because at the same time, we seen Justin Fields. We seen Jalen Hurts when his team was not that good, and we seen him when he pretty much had everything around him working for him, right? We have not yet seen that with Justin Fields. He does have a number 1 wide receiver this year, so it's going to be interesting. So I don't know.
Wide receivers, and I got one of them.
Nah. Yeah. Listen,
Somebody
Moore is going to
said
do his
Fields
thing.
is going to be. Somebody said this year Fields is going to be in the MVP conversation.
Honestly, yeah. And look at what Jason said. QBs under 4,000 yards and under 30 touchdowns is mid. Let's keep it a stack. When this is a passing league, bro, when they come to MVP, they don't care about them rushing yards. You know why? Because Josh Allen has had better seasons than Lamar Jackson has had in his MVP season. And he still have not won the MVP. So, yes, it looks good when you're running the ball. But, as we showed, in the Super Bowl, when that quarterback get the running, it causes a lot of problems. And apparently this said quarterback fumbled the ball running, not passing.
Joe said, who said that? It was I don't know exactly. It was somebody on Colin Cowherd's show.
Wow.
It was somebody on, and it might have been somebody on Fox Network. I was listening to it in my truck, and it made me start thinking about it. But they was talking about the fact that he now finally has some better talent around him. You know what I mean? So, I don't. He's saying drug testing, but I don't see why not. Look at what he had. The dude was sacked 55 times last year, right? Clearly the offensive
and he was probably hit like 20 more times.
That's what people don't like to say that, right? It's just like when Joe Burrow got sacked 72 times, but he got hit almost 90 something plus times.
Probably 100 times that whole season.
And then not even to get on the topic of Joe Burrow, because we already talked about this last time we streamed, and I said, ain't no way in the top 100 after 1 year of production, right? And the reason why I say it is think about it, and this for Justin Fields goes with it too. We get the best year out of Jalen Hurts when he got everything working around him. Best offensive line, one of the best defenses, better wide receiver core. We get all these things that's working for him, and then think about it. You got a Joe Burrow. He goes to the Super Bowl with the worst offensive line in NFL history. Jalen Hurts. Justin Fields. He gets sacked over 50-something times. His offensive line is not good. So it's like we can't really say that we can't compare these two because we've only seen Jalen Hurts do good when he had everything that was working around with him. And just like Jason said, easiest schedule in history. And I'm going to tell you the same thing. And this ain't no shot at the Eagles player. It's just the same thing they said with Joe Burrow when he went to the Super Bowl. We got to see it again, dog. We got to see it again. Because it didn't matter that Chase broke the rookie record. It didn't matter that Chase set the record for rookies in the NFL for playoffs. They didn't care about that. Only thing they care about is, can you do it again, Joe? And Joe did it again. So if Jalen Hurts don't go to the NFC Championship, he ain't do it again.
All right. Well, my take on this is,
you know what it is. It's that New York Giants, baby.
All right. Forget about all that other stuff. Look at this. They can leave. Go ahead and look at this. Y'all want to mention Fields and all that mumbo jumbo, all that. It doesn't make a difference. Look what Daniel Jones did with the worst wide receiving core, probably one of the worst lines, mid defense. We still made the playoffs. Imagine if Daniel Jones was on the Eagles. That Super Bowl was happening. That Super Bowl was happening. Plain and simple. That Super Bowl would have happened. Look, everything is almost identical.
Wait, can you explain this to me? Why is the top half of this picture not circled? Because you're only focusing on their running back statistics.
It's why there. I could have erased it. But no, he had less stuff. But look, literally look, ranked 30th O-line. Who had the number 1 O-line? Eagles. Third wide receiving core.
Number 1,
Who had the worst wide receiving core? Giants. And he put up those numbers. And those are not great numbers, but I'm not saying that.
But this is skewed because it also doesn't show who really their offense was based off of their running back. So this is not a good argument when Saquon was responsible for 45% of your offense. You cannot do that because if you put Daniel Jones in Philly, that's not the same case. They didn't have a Saquon Barkley, so you cannot say
he was a top 10 running back.
No. I don't care about that. They did not have a running back who was responsible for 45% of the offense. So you can't say that. If you're looking at the passing yards,
45%.
Because your quarterback was mid. We've seen him for 5 years. We've seen Daniel Jones for 5 years.
Season, he did great.
What is great?
Rookie season, he did great. He was one of the best rookies that year.
So was Dak Prescott.
But then they got a different coach. We all see coaches can make a difference. So what I'm trying to understand is Justin Fields, he didn't have this, he didn't have that. The Giants had the worst O-line, the worst wide receivers, and Daniel Jones still put up those numbers.
Justin Fields almost doubled, pretty close to doubled
the rushing
Daniel
yards?
Jones rushing yards. So it's and I'm pretty sure he had more touchdown passes.
Daniel Jones had 15, and Justin Fields had 17. Yep.
So,
Daniel Jones also didn't play this season.
Daniel Jones is.
Hey, Joe,
Daniel Jones might be the poor man Justin Fields.
Nah, don't disrespect him.
Because look.
Don't disrespect him like that.
Yes.
Think about it. Daniel Jones has 7 rushing touchdowns last year. Fields had 8. Daniel Jones had 15 passing touchdowns last year. Fields had 17. Right? All right. Justin Fields had over 1,000 rushing yards, 1,100 to be. And Danny Dimes only got 708. If I'm not mistaken, if anything, if we're going to compare Daniel Jones to Jalen Hurts, he's actually the poor man's Jalen Hurts, but he's the poor man's Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So did Justin still have the worst offensive line and the worst wide receiving core?
Hold on.
It was up there. But did he have it? But look at this. No.
But listen to this.
That's a no question.
Daniel Jones had 472 attempts. Justin Fields, 318 attempts, but their percentage was 7 points off. Justin Fields, 60% completion rate. Daniel Jones, 67. That's over 100 and some plus more attempts that he had. So he literally beat him out in everything.
He's a mini.
He beat him out in everything, though. He beat him out in yards per attempt, touchdowns. Again, he was sacked 55 times compared to his 44. So that negates your offensive line argument right there.
30th.
Was sacked 55. It doesn't matter. Justin Fields was sacked 55 times
Because he wasn't fast enough.
with the worst O line. Was only sacked 44 times. That negates that argument. That means that Justin Fields
actually it don't make any sense.
Exactly.
Justin Fields had the worst offensive line then.
They didn't. They didn't.
Okay. If Justin Fields got sacked more than Daniel Jones, but rushed more passing touchdowns, had more rushing touchdowns. Oh,
They don't have the worst offensive line.
Who are you looking at, PFF? Because everybody got a different distinction of what worse is. I'm just going by
everything. You can look at PFF, FBI, NAACP. You can go look at all that.
Well, hold on. Because the strays would not be tolerated. This man said Joe Burrow ain't making it to the second round. Listen, if the Eagles don't win 11 games, I don't want to hear nothing about Joe Burrow, all right? Because Joe Burrow went on a 10-game win streak with the third hardest schedule in the league, all right? I don't want to hear nothing. So if y'all can't win 11 games, I don't want to hear nothing about no quarterback, no team, no nothing. Matter of fact, if you can't win your division back-to-back, like Drake said, back-to-back. I ain't trying to hear nothing, bro. I ain't trying to hear nothing.
We're the only division that didn't have a back-to-back winner for how much years now? It's stupid.
And it's gonna continue.
I don't want us to win the division. I really don't.
But I don't think when he said that he was worried about the Giants. I think he was talking about the Eagles. I know.
Anywho.
So what we got next?
Anywho. We're gonna talk about, how can I put it? You know, when you first date someone and it's like, oh shoot. But then you like, you get to the getting. You're like, yo, this is just not, it's not what it is. We're going to talk about the biggest bust. The biggest bust.
Okay.
I ain't even going to lie. I love Johnny Manziel. I thought he was about to come in the league and go nuts. But dang, he was a bust.
But hold on.
He was the biggest one? No.
Your thought should have stopped as soon as the team that drafted him.
Hey, all I know is I'm so glad that Dallas did not draft Johnny Manziel. I did not care for him. Yes, he was great. His his freshman year or whatever. He was great.
Yeah.
All of that. But I was not a Johnny Manziel fan whatsoever. I did not believe in him. I did not, and I'm so glad we did not draft that man. And honestly, he up there. I mean, who's on the list is the biggest bust? Johnny Manziel, in my opinion, is right up there. He's fighting for that spot.
Him and Jamarcus Russell.
Yep.
And at least Jamarcus Russell actually tried to play. Like he did. If you listen to what Jamarcus Russell talked about, he didn't have anybody backing him or teaching him.
Yeah, he didn't have the support. Yeah. Johnny
Manziel only wanted money, and according to what he said, he didn't even want to be in the NFL.
Yeah, he came flat out.
He robbed him.
Yeah. Joe said Trent Richardson. I mean, I don't know. Johnny's worse. Manziel was worse.
Trent Richardson was bad.
Trent Richardson, that was bad. But that's I'm talking about quarterbacks though.
Yeah. Because I mean, think about it. The whole "you're a bust" mantra really only talks about quarterbacks, because if you ain't productive at any other position, you ain't gonna get that much press as a quarterback that definitely ain't productive, and picked at a high pick. So yeah.
If it's me, Johnny Manziel's up there, man.
He's up there.
That's a fact.
He's up there, unfortunately.
All right, well, look, speaking of quarterbacks that played for Cleveland, let's talk about that man, Baker Mayfield. The Baker is back, baby. The Baker is production team. What are we doing?
Fumbling.
Fumbling the bag, baby. All right, look, Johnny Manziel.
Too busy doing this.
Yeah, he was like this. Johnny Manziel named the starter for the Buccaneers.
No, Baker Mayfield.
I'm like, Johnny Manziel.
I'm like, oh my God. Yo, boy, got me confused. All right, yo, Baker Mayfield, former Cleveland. Matter of fact, former Rams. Was he any former of anything else? No, I think
Nope.
that was just a. Yep. Former
former
number one
playoff winner.
overall pick. That man, Baker Mayfield, is now the starter. He said, "This looks Photoshop." No. That's some. Hey, look. That's some good. That's some good bokeh from the photographer. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah,
look at
name
no
the
fans
starter.
in the background. Look at no fans.
Yeah. Yo, but it's it's defense. That's preseason, bro. That's preseason. But
I don't want to hear it.
I almost called him Johnny Manziel again. But yeah, Baker Mayfield named the starter. I got one question for y'all. Since he's the starter, do they win? Are they winning division? Or on the opposite of the spectrum, Caleb Williams sweepstakes?
They might get like 5-6 wins though.
I was gonna say this gets them a few more wins than what we were thinking before.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not gonna be in the sweepstakes.
I don't think they win the division because I think the Saints. I think the Saints win the division, but I put Tampa at number 2. I put Tampa at number 2
above the Falcons and the Panthers.
Yeah.
I can see them number 2 because the defense is still solid.
Yeah.
Defense is still solid. So yeah,
and they got weapons. I mean, you got Baker Mayfield, who was a starting quarterback. He's got experience. You put him with Mike Evans
made the playoff.
And is Chris Godwin still there?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a decent offense.
Listen, hey, look,
I think Lenny's still there.
No, Lenny not there. But think about it,
right.
This man is a few from going to the AFC Conference Championship. So
yeah.
You know,
except for they're going to compete.
Yeah, for sure.
Evan's going to have a career year, and we all going to be happy.
No, but if it's one thing, Baker can do, he can throw a deep shot. So
yeah,
who knows? This might be what Mike Evans been wanting because I mean, he don't got Baker arm strength. You know,
that is true. You got a younger quarterback that can. He can throw the ball, so yeah, you're not off with that. I think it's a good move for them for sure. I think it makes sense, especially over Kyle Trask. Like, come on, son. Come on, son.
Sit another year, young fella.
Yeah.
So we got 2 more quick things to go over. Just 2 more real quick. We're gonna go back to the NFC. That man Martin, he got that money. We all knew it was going to happen. I'm always down for when players get their money. I'm always down for that. I would have loved for him to leave, though, but...
Nah, he ain't going to leave, bro.
You know what, though? I'm glad you said that. People kept saying that. People kept saying, "What? Do you think Jerry Jones was going to let Zach Martin walk out the door?"
I knew he wasn't, but... Hey,
and I'm like, people kept saying they were like, Aaron Rodgers gave up money. He can come over to the Jets, and I'm like, Jerry Jones, if anything, is not stupid.
One, it don't work that easy, and 2, you know he wasn't going nowhere because his fines got rescinded and put inside the contract that he just got paid.
But
when somebody sits out and get
Jones would have asked for. This is one of the best offensive linemen in the league.
Yeah.
What do you think Jerry would have asked for in return? Like
2 seconds, 3
like,
thirds.
Hold on. This is a man that draft wide receivers from a yacht. He's not about to go out easy when it comes to the asking price for an offensive guard who's been at the top of his game for the last couple of years. Come on, bro.
No.
Arguably one of the top offensive linemen. Top 10.
Yeah. And Joe, I'm sorry, but y'all so hype off how y'all defensive players is looking. This is preseason. I do not put any stock in the preseason. They're not even going up against real starting offenses.
I don't know.
They don't even got their schemes and stuff in place.
That boy Jalen Carter has been a menace in joint practices and the games. Stuff like that translate.
Maybe.
That's all I'm saying.
Maybe. I just
like that translate.
I hold true. I'm not hating on him. Trust me, I'm not hating. I'm not hating, but I believe in our offensive line, especially with Zach Martin there. I believe it.
You gotta have
Listen,
your anchor.
if you watch them fight videos, watch them Dallas Cowboys practice videos where they was fighting. Our offensive line, Travis Frederick, Biotish, all of them, they was out there throwing bows. Why? Because them dudes is dogs. They said, I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm telling y'all, the last thing on our mind is Philadelphia's defense. The last thing on our mind is the absolute last. They not even know. Keep it 100. Philly fans is more focused on the Cowboys than they are on the Eagles. It's the craziest. When I look on Twitter, I see more Eagles content creators posting about the Cowboys than their own team. It's the craziest thing. So my thing is this: shout out to Zach Martin. He got paid. We know what Jerry Jones does. He does. Everybody knew it was coming. We knew he was going to get paid. Jerry Jones does this all the time. He tries to talk it down and act like he's not going to budge, but he made it happen.
Listen, Jerry Jones collapses to his elite players. Okay.
Yeah.
But think about it. The only person that didn't pan out as he would have liked has been Zeke. And even then, Zeke was still productive in other areas. So
yeah. That's a fact.
You know,
he did fumble that one though. He did fumble that one.
Yeah. All right, what's next on? What's last on the menu?
Last but not least, let me remove this picture. Anyway, last but not least, is it over for this man? Is it over for Lance?
XFL, here he comes.
Dang. I wouldn't say XFL.
Dang. XFL, here
that was
he
not
comes.
That was not in the pre-stream conversation. That was not. I wasn't expecting that one right there. Like
XFL, here he comes. Trey Lance has just regressed. Like, I mean, first of all, this is all
I'm saying regress from what? He was never good.
That is true. But this is all. This is all. He's not lying though. He's not lying.
Wasn't.
The guy played all of what? 10 football games in his whole career.
A few high school games.
That's a fact. But my thing was, as an organization, how do you fumble the bag like this, bro? Like,
because they believed in Nick Saban.
It's
not
Nick.
Was it Nick Saban? Not Nick Saban.
He came from NDSU. He came from. None of those apply to him. None of those apply to him.
But they believe that coach.
He came from North Dakota State. Who was the coach?
I don't even know the dude name.
Stop it. No. All right, look. At the end of the day, I gotta listen. The skill set, as far as I ain't even gonna say intangibles. The athletic ability is there when it comes to Trey Lance. The dude has not seen enough football. If you think about it like T-Time said, like T-Time said, man, if we're gonna equivalent his experience, but he has not even done enough 7-on-7s. He should not.
He hasn't done enough flag.
He has not done enough 7-on-7s. Like, so in my mind, he has some of the tools that you would like in a quarterback. But I can't even blame him. You got to blame the organization. They should have realized this before it even happened. And they decided to.
They could have picked him up in the 5th round.
Bro, they decided.
We good. Come on, son.
Bro, they decided to pick this man up off of straight hype. So, this was an L for them. This was an L for them.
Yeah.
And then
this is all on Sam.
Giving up three first rounds? Bro, you crazy.
For him you gave up 3 first rounds for a 3rd string quarterback. Like, think about that.
Come on,
crazy.
Bro. But all of it is not going to matter if they win the Super Bowl the next 2 years with Purdy.
Nah, it will matter.
Huh?
It will matter.
No, because they won the Super Bowl. All that's out the window.
Think about it. We just were talking about him earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields would have looked beautiful on this offense. Right?
For sure.
We talk about Brock Purdy. What does Brock Purdy do better than Mac Jones? Don't seem like nothing. He got weapons around him. He get the ball out quick, and he don't become a problem. That's what Mac Jones does in New England. Only thing is he don't have as many weapons, but he has a good defense
Now, we can't talk about weapons because there's another quarterback out there that didn't have much weapons, but we using that as an excuse.
Who? And
But
you better not say Lamar.
Danny Dimes doesn't
Oh,
have a lot of weapons, but we can't use that
His
weapon
running
too
back consisted of 45% of the offense.
because
That
we
is
had
a
no
weapon.
weapon.
That is
A
that's
running
the
weapon.
weapon. That's the weapon, though.
One weapon.
hey,
That's the
yo,
Around the
weapon.
league, there is like 4 different weapons. We had one.
Who's got 4?
Eagles have 4 weapons.
Who?
Their running back, what was his name? Sanders. The 2
No.
wide receivers and Goddard.
he ain't lying though. He ain't lying on that one. He ain't lying on that
All
one.
right. I'll give you the tight end. I'm not giving you the running back though, because the
What?
running back was benefiting off of Jalen
What?
Hurts, and he
That's
wasn't
a
even that
fact,
much
too.
of a threat.
That's
He
not
wasn't
his
that much
fault,
of a.
though.
And if you're gonna say that, then you got to talk about your quarterback being a weapon because he has 700 rushing yards. So
Because
That's
of
a fact,
therefore,
Saquon
too.
Barkley.
y'all was
Saquon Barkley.
here. You go right here.
Y'all was
Sanders
doing
was
the
a
same
scrub.
thing.
Thank
Eagles,
you.
but
Sanders
Eagles
was
You
a
won.
know why
basic running
Sanders
back.
is
He
a
wasn't
scrub?
doing nothing.
Because he's not on that team. Last year, that ninja was not saying that. Sanders was one of the best
Yo,
running backs in the league.
hold on, though.
According to that guy.
One of your former wide receivers literally just won a Super Bowl. He looked like a weapon to me.
Absolutely. Pat
All right,
Mahomes
then.
can make me look like a weapon.
Stop it.
No.
Butter knives don't count.
Hey, he'll be looking like I'm cutting a steak. Pat Mahomes with that butter knife.
Yo.
Listen, all that's crazy. All I know is
This man is
I don't
wild.
even know how we got. I'm not even talking about Daniel Jones no more. Back to Trey Lance. Trey Lance is on his way out for sure. It's just sad and unfortunate because the 49ers put this on him, and
Yeah. It's gonna
it's
tarnish
just
his career,
too much.
bro.
Yeah, he
It's gonna tarnish his career.
No.
if Nathan Peterman is still in the league, Trey Lance might have a shot.
Yeah, but we know why he's in the league.
But Joe said something that I like earlier. I wanted him to get traded to Minnesota. I think that he would have a good chance learning under Kirk Cousins and actually get a fair shot. But unfortunately, they got Malik Hooker, and Hendon Hooker, or he's in Detroit.
Hendon Hooker.
No, Hendon Hooker's in Detroit. No, he in Detroit. Hendon Hooker's in Detroit. So I don't even know who the backup quarterback is for the Vikings. Yeah, I would have liked him to go to the Vikings then. Yeah,
so needless to say, with all this said and done, let's say his career, just don't take off, which is probably not, unfortunately. I want him to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Is he then the biggest bust?
No.
What was given up for him?
Bro, he got injured after what? 2 games?
But what was given up for him? Like you said, 3 first rounds and a ton of other picks.
Yeah,
what was given up for Manziel?
All the busts that we've seen had a sample size to show us that they was garbage over a multiple season.
Well, why elite Iron Man is the way he was? Because the best ability is your ability. He's not available.
If he would have came to the Vikes, we would have sent Kirk to the Niners. If Kirk Cousins goes to the Niners,
that's Super Bowl team.
That's Super Bowl team for sure.
Because one thing about Kenfo Kirk, he gonna play games.
He's gonna play. He's gonna
play games. You just can't. Good thing the Super Bowl. Oh no, he wouldn't win the Super Bowl though. Super Bowl is at 8:30 o'clock at night.
Well, no, it wasn't because it was in LA at that time of last.
It's still not one. It's still not 1 o'clock.
Nah, it was like 3.
Yeah, okay, that's too late. All right. Listen, we see Kirk Cousins on quarterback. He's the type of person that has a bedtime. That's why he be losing them late games. He be off schedule.
Yo, his wife be on it with him. She got that man on lock.
Come on now. It makes listen, I never thought about it, but now that we see his life behind scenes, Kirk Cousins has a bad time. That's why he don't do good in primetime games. His body is like, honey, I'm ready to go to sleep. Like, come on now. Come on now.
She look like somebody's grandma, but
Bro.
Kirk is gone after the season, and he definitely has a bedtime.
Yeah, he's probably gone.
It's
Most
a fact.
likely.
Come on, man. Come on,
Yeah,
now.
I definitely that's a good topic though. Where Kirk? I mean, if you did y'all watch that QB series?
I ain't gonna
NFL?
lie. I only watched episode 6.
Uh,
I
nah.
only
Squad.
I only watch episode 6. And y'all should already know what it is. When
With
Joe
Lamar
Burrow,
Jackson. Oh,
Patrick Mahomes, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, man.
Kirk cut the sides off his.
what?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
that
That's a fact.
Oh man,
man is a
Nah,
baby.
that's what it is. But in the wrapping up though, what I was getting at is that if you watch that series, we're doing all right. If you watch that series, you really do become a fan of Kirk Cousins, and you
That's a
was
fact.
hoping that like something happens for him,
Yeah.
where he wins something because he really do want to win a Super Bowl. Like
Yeah.
he kind of showed he got his whole little room with the trophies and all of that, and he really thought that they had a shot.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I think with Dalvin Cook and Jay Jettas, Thielen, he's definitely not wrong, and they definitely had a shot. But
They ran into a
you become a
buzzsaw.
fan. They
Now
ran
it definitely
into
now it definitely
butt
show.
saw. He said a butt saw.
No, I
I'm
didn't. A buzz.
But nah. It definitely showed a side of Kirk Cousins where you like, yo, he just a normal dude that's just
Yeah.
like above average than your regular people.
Yeah.
And
I
does
mean, like if you look at his house, you look at his house, and then you look at Mahomes' house. Like
Exactly.
he looks like
Exactly.
a little, just nice suburban dude, modest
Yeah.
living. Talks to all of his neighbors.
And he
Tucks
got
his shirt
money.
in.
Because
Listen,
he been getting
Kirk-
nothing but fully guaranteed contracts.
Kirk Cousins is the guy. If you see him out in public, you just be like, "How you doing, sir?"
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, that's the people they running up to. But you see Kirk,
Exactly.
you like,
You just think you're regular. You think you're a regular guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Jonathan said a fan of him as a man, which for sure, but he can't overcome his deficiencies of his team like the elites.
That's a
And he's
fact.
definitely not wrong. He's definitely
That's a
not
fact.
wrong. Kirk is Kirk. That's just who he's been. So, it'll be interesting though. It'll be interesting to see what they look like this year in Minnesota, because I do agree. Like if he don't make something happen this year, I think they got to move on from him. You can't waste JJ's best years with a quarterback that is mid one week and elite this half. Like he's got to be more consistent. So it does make sense. So it'll be. Oh, there you go. Hey,
Hope we say. Listen, I'm sorry. I hope y'all don't say because I need Justin Jefferson to do his thing. All right. I'm sorry. I
Definitely need that
personally hope
fantasy
y'all
love.
don't suck. All right. Like,
right.
we not gonna speak that into existence. No. Nah. We
That's
gonna do
funny. But hey, man, listen. The NFL season is almost here. We are 2 weeks away, so it is going to be really exciting. We're going to be on here. We're going to be talking all the news, all the info, everything that's going on. So please do not forget to do the Pick'em League. Click that link. Get in the Pick'em League. It's going to be fire. And do not forget to hit that like button. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. So every Tuesday when we go live, you all get the notifications and you can be on here with us. We will be doing some we should do a week one giveaway. We should definitely do a week one giveaway. So we'll have that. Yeah, we'll get that in the works and see what we want to do for that. So definitely tune in. We're gonna do a giveaway for opening week. So we appreciate y'all. This is the Super Biased Sports Show. It's a place where a fan could be a fan, no matter how biased their takes are. It's the Bonnet, it's Tea Time, and it's B-Rob. We are out. Peace.
Yo, dude.